Hi, welcome you all. I think you have checked my video on NTM of Module 3 in my earlier video, which is as per the syllabus of VTU 18 scheme. Now, in this video, I am going to discuss on Module 4, which is on electric discharge machining as per the VTU syllabus 18 scheme. Further, again, I will be continuing. If you have any doubts, please mail me back with the contact details which are present with this video. Let me go with the EDM. So, different types of generators, spark generators. Let me discuss in this video. Till my last video, I had discussed about the different types of equipments, including the dielectric medium, types, even the mechanism of material removal. Also regarding the electrode wear, and electrode manufacturing, electrode design, all those things I had discussed in my last video. Let me go with the next point in the EDM process, that is generators, spark generators. In the spark generator, the first important type of spark generator is relaxation generator. In general, we also call it as a resistance capacitance type of generators. In short, we call it as a RC type of generator. In RC type generators, the capacitor is charged from a DC source, which is having a potential power or energy about 50 volts to 450 volts. As long as the voltage in the capacitor is not reaching the breakdown voltage of the dielectric medium, under the prevailing machining condition, capacitor would continue to charge. Once the breakdown voltage is reached, the capacitor would start discharging and a spark would be established between the tool and the workpiece, leading to machining. Such discharging would continue as long as the spark can be sustained. Once the voltage becomes too low to sustain the spark, the charging of the capacitor would continue and the discharging will stop. So this process or this cycle is going to repeat continuously for the generation of spark and discharge of energy and sudden shut off of the spark or ceasing the spark generation. So this generation of sparks, making it stabilize for a few microseconds and then stopping it, and again the process of charging the capacitor will continue. This whole cycle is going to happen within a very few microseconds, and it is going to discharge a very huge amount of energy even in this small few microseconds or a small period of time. That is highly important. For the maximum power dissipation in RC type of EDM generators, that is spark generators in EDM, the VC, that is voltage across the capacitor, is generally equal to 0.716 of the V0, where V0 is the open circuit voltage, which I mentioned it, which is around 50,000 to 50 volts to 450 volts. For a high MRR, the forced circulation of dielectric is required. Generally, VC is given as V0 is V0 multiplied by 1 minus e raised to 1 by RC into C. After substituting the charging resistance and other parameters, we can be approximately maximum power which can be generated or dissipated in this RC type generator can be approximated as VC is equal to 0.716 of V0. For high MRR, that is for the faster material removal rate, or for high MRR, forced circulation of dielectric is necessarily required so that the intensity can be increased, or the new fresh ions are possibly available for the ionization or for the spark generation. RC generators are much cheaper, simple in design and robust. They are mainly suited for low energy, high frequency required for finishing operations. But they are liable for high tool wear and low MRR. The circuit diagram, which can be indicated or schematically, it can be indicated as shown in the below figure here, where the RC is connected in a series, whereas the capacitor is connected in a parallel condition, so that the electrical energy is discharged at the tool and the electrode till the energy is charge is present in the capacitor. Once the instantaneous charge of the capacitor will completely discharge at the tool electrode gap, then the discharging will stop and the charging will occur from the voltage source. So this is which can be assumed as nearly a square wave which is formed during the process. Next is about the rotary pulse type generator. It is similar to a diode type of pulse generators, where these generators are observed to impart high MRR during the process. The circuit consists of a capacitor through diode. In the first half, the current passes through the diode through the capacitor, while in the reverse, the sum of the voltage from the generator and charged capacitor is applied to the gap. So as the current is continuous, the MRR is also high, but the main limitation is here about poor surface finish, which is obtained during the rotary pulse generators usage. That is nothing but these generators are mainly observed to impart high MRR during the process. The process like in the earlier case in the RC type of generators, the electrical energy is going to discharge directly from the capacitor continuously, and once the energy is completely discharged, it stops the discharging and starts charging, and again once it reaches its threshold value, it starts again discharging. This cycle was being repeated in case of RC type of generators, whereas in case of rotary pulse generators, in the first half of the current, which is generally we consider like a sine wave, where the first half is positive side and the negative side in the second half. So even in this pulse generators, the same let me assume with the same signal wave like waveform of the current, where the first half the current passes through the diode through a capacitor, whereas in the reverse side, the sum of the voltage from the generator and the charged capacitor is being applied to the gap. So because of which the energy is available from the generator as well as from the discharged capacitor. In the first half of the positive side of the energy current, also the capacitor has got charged, and in the second case the voltage from the directly from generator along with the capacitor charged capacitor is applied to the directly between the gap of the tool and the workpiece. We can see here. So the charge from the generator as well as from the capacitor, both as a summation, we can it is being applied between the tool and the workpiece, because of which the current which is applied between the gap is very high, which increases the energy of the sparks which generated between the gap. So because of which the material energy available for the material removal are nothing but the material melting and evaporation is also very high. So because of which the MRR which is generated or which is obtained is very high in case of the EDM process, which is using the rotary pulse type of generators. Next is about the static pulse generators. The earlier circuits had the drawback of ignoring the effect of short circuit. That is, if the short circuit has happened, there is no any backup plan for either in case of RC type of generator as well as in the rotary pulse generator. Whereas in case of static pulse generator, whereas in case of static pulse generator, it takes into consideration of the short circuit. Whatever the current which has to be cut off in case of short circuit, like example in our houses, we generally take care of the short circuit. Whenever the short circuit happens, suddenly the main switch will get switch off, so that the further transport of the electrical energy into the home is completely switched off. In the same way, here also the current has to be cut off in case of short circuit that could produce excessive damage to the workpiece, even to the other equipments of the EDM process. This care is taken by controlled pulse circuits, which is also we call it as a static pulse generators. Here they contain electronic tubes and transistors, just like in other even in UPS, in other other electronic equipments. Nowadays we use these electronic tubes or transistors. Generally electronic tubes are being widely used, vacuum tubes. Whenever the short circuit happens, the wire in the electronic tubes is going to cut off, because of which the current supply is also being cut off due to the short circuit. They offer higher MRR and low toll wear rate with higher accuracy. Further, a vacuum tube circuit has a series of vacuum tubes connected in a parallel, so that when the electric circuit switches on the tubes, in case of short circuit, the tube fails, thereby avoiding the excessive damage which can be possibly being happening to the workpiece or even to the other equipments that being prevented. Further, these vacuum tube generators need high voltage and very low current. And hence it can be replaced by a very low voltage device oscillators which is present in the switching circuits. Further, these oscillator switches on at a particular frequency and does not need capacitors, whereas in case of short circuit, the oscillator's frequency varies and the current is completely cut off, which we can schematically represent in an electric circuit with the help of these two diagrams, where we can see the vacuum tubes which are present, or here we can see with the help of oscillator and transducer which is diode which is connected in the circuit. Next is this is what the different types of spark generation mechanism which is being employed in case of EDM process. Next is about the flushing of molten material from the machining zone. It is highly important because it will increases the intensity of the spark discharge. Also take care of the accelerating the material removal rate. So one of the important factor in case of successful EDM operation is the removal of debris or chips from the working gap or machining zone. Flushing away these particles out of the working gap is one of the most important to prevent them from forming the bridges that cause short circuit of tool and the workpiece. When there exists a small the gap is being filled with the help of the chips which is attached on one side with the tool and the other side with the workpiece, will cause a bridge kind of formation which lead or results in a short circuit. So EDM has have a built-in power to adaptively control system that increases the pulse spacing as soon as this happens and reduces or shuts off the power supply. by the help of rotary pulse type of static pulse generators. And then the flushing, the process of introducing a clean filtered dielectric fluid into the sparking gap will increases the material removal rate, and there mainly owing to the increase of intensity of electric spark discharges. If flushing is applied incorrectly, it can result in erratic cutting and poor machining conditions. Flushing of a dielectric plays a very major role in the maintenance of stable machining and achievement of close tolerances and high surface quality. Inadequate flushing can result in arcing, decreased electrode life, and increased production time. So that's why the flushing of dielectric medium onto the machining zone is a very critical parameter in the EDM process. There are different methods through which the flushing is being employed in case of EDM. The first important is about pressure flushing. Second one we can employ is the suction flushing. Third one is side flushing. Fourth one is flushing, pulsed flushing, or being synchronized with electrode movement. These are the four widely used methods, and there are other names for these. That also I am going to discuss it in the further slides. Let me go with the first one. Here the pressure flushing. Here the fluid is injected through the workpiece or through the tool, so that the fluid is injected into the machining zone where in a gap which is present in the tool or a hole which is present in the tool. The pressure which can be obtained or achieved in the pressure flushing is in the range of 1.5 to 2 kg per centimeter square. Components machined with pressure flushing are slightly tapered due to particles being forced up the sides of the electrode, producing lateral discharge. So the particles which are nothing but the chips which are flushed away from the machining zone will get exit on the sides of the electrode. So because of which the side wear occurs and corner work occurs rapidly in case of pressure flushing. Also, the workpiece will get a widened or tapered cross-section slots are being obtained during the machining of EDM with the help of pressure flushing. This is in this diagram we can clearly observe about the pressure flushing, which is causing the tapered cross section on the sides of the slot, which is machined with the help of, which is machined on the workpiece. Here we can see the workpiece is present here on the dielectric fluid. If there is a gap which like at the bottom, if the hole is existing in the workpiece, the fluid is directly flushed onto the machining zone in the gap of the workpiece, or else in the tool itself the holes are being made so that the dielectric fluid is pressurized and injected onto the machining zone through the help of holes which are present in the tool itself, so that the dielectric fluid can flush away the chips or molten material or removed material from the machining zone, and they are going to exit from this side. Here the arrow marks are shown. In this, on the sides of the tool we can see the exit of the tool chips or small particles from removed metal particles from the sides of the tool. And because of the continuous gap or the continuous electric discharge or spark generation, even the material get workpiece material get erode easily on the sides, or more on the exit side, whereas lesser on the bottom of the tool. Here again we can see that was a single tool. Here multiple tools which are used simultaneously for the machining of EDM process, for machining of workpiece by EDM process. Here we can see that the from dielectric fluid is being is injected onto the machining zone from one side of the workpiece on the tool, so that the tapering is being formed on the other sides of the workpiece or slot or machined area of the workpiece. This tapering is one of the important limitation which is the result of pressure flushing. The efforts are being made to minimize this tapering phenomena. Next, coming to the suction flushing. Here, the fluid is generally sucked through the workpiece or through the electrode. If the gap exists in case of workpiece, the dielectric fluid is sucked or suction is happening through the gap of the workpiece itself. Or else, if the hole is present in the tool itself, then the electrode is sucked through the holes of the electrode. Generally, the tapered effect is absent or it is completely minimized in case of suction flushing, because the erosion or the abrasive wear of the workpiece or the machined surface is minimized here, because the chips or removed material will flow into this gap of either workpiece or the tool through which the dielectric fluid is being sucked out. Further, the vacuum pressure which is created instead of the pressure, here vacuum pressure is created, which is on the order of 0.8 to 0.9 kg per centimeter square. Here we can see the suction is being achieved with the help of through the tool or a workpiece. Here the workpiece, in the first figure we can see about the workpiece. Through the gap of the workpiece, the dielectric fluid is being sucked out, so that the material removal, all the removed material or molten material or chips which are being removed from the machining zone or workpiece material, they are being taken away by the dielectric medium through these gaps. Similarly, on the multiple machining operations, here we can see that tapered was on the outer side, whereas in this case it is on the inner side of the slots. Further the vacuum is being created here, which is a very high range, and that's why it is mainly limited to a few suction flushing is limited to a very few applications compared to the pressure flushing. Next one is side flushing. This is widely used when it is impossible to drill a hole either in an electrode or in the workpiece. This is used to for making a very deep narrow slots or coining. It is highly important. It is very important here to provide even flushing. Hence, nozzles are provided at a right place. So here we can see the tool, between the tool and the cap, a nozzle is made to present, so that the nozzle can impinge the dielectric fluid between the tool and the workpiece, so that the material, once it is being removed, that is being flushed away. And the proper selection of the location of nozzle itself is a very big or a very important parameter in this case. Placing the nozzle at the right place is a very important aspect, so that the machine can happen with minimum wear of the tool and minimum effort for the flushing away of machined particles. The next one is about pulsed flushing synchronized with electrode movement. In the pressure and suction flushing, the electrode wear is high due to the flushing pressure. To avoid this, flushing is done in pulses only when the machining takes place. So because of which the electrode wear also get reduces. The continuous flushing of the dielectric fluid will also increases the electrode wear, mainly because the spark is the continuous erosion of the tool also happening, because of which the electrode also get worn out continuously. There are four common methods which we have called it as pressure flushing, suction flushing, all those things. Even in sometimes we call it as a normal flow flushing for a pressure flushing. Whereas for the suction flushing, we generally call it as a reverse flow kind of flushing process. The same principle here we can see that dielectric fluid is injected onto the zone with a gap between in the gap of the tool or in the gap of the workpiece, so that it can exit on the other side after machining process with the help of the molten metal or the removed materials which are being taken away from the machining zone. Whereas in case of reverse, the impinged from the outer side so that it can take away the molten material from the removed particles or chips away from the inside the gap of a tool and the workpiece. So normally dielectric is introduced under a pressure through one or more passages in the tool and is forced to flow through the gap between the tool and the workpiece. Flushing holes are generally placed in the areas where cuts are deepest. Normal flow is sometimes undesirable because it produces a tapered opening in the workpiece. In the reverse flow, particularly useful in machining very deep cavity dies where the taper produced using the normal flow mode can be reduced. Further, the gap is submerged in filtered dielectric, and instead of pressure being applied at the source, a vacuum is used with a clean fluid flowing between the tool and the workpiece, no side sparking, and further no taper is being produced. Hi, you have watched this video. Yeah, uh, I hope you understand regarding this EDM to the topic which I had discussed in this video. Thanks for watching and a patient listening to this video. I thank to all my colleagues, management and principal for encouraging me to make this video. I also declare here as a disclaimer that I have used many resources, textbooks and other reference materials and internet sources for preparing this video as a teaching material, and I acknowledge all such sources um, through this platform, and I also thank all such sources which has helped me to prepare this teaching material. So thank you all regarding this. Thank you. Watch my next video.